so I'm standing up for this one. No, it's not like when I saw Pacific Rim. It's not like when I saw Get Out. And I was super hyped that I couldn't sit down. No, I'm standing up. Because this movie was not good. This was not good. Like, this was not good. Man, this was not good. And mind you, I'm talking about the movie, not judging on the book itself. I think I might have read the book. I don't know. At this point, I don't even remember, like, most of the books I've read, and then they'll make a movie out of it, and I'll be like, right, didn't I read that ages ago? Anyway, so, went to go see this, and just kind of like how I was saying in, like, my Jumanji 2 review, that I really need to, like, not go see family films on the weekends, so I'm around other families and children, mainly. Yeah, because that was fucking annoying, because the whole experience watching this movie, like, the movie and then being in that theater with, like, parents who can't control their children, and then children being children, just reminded me of when I went, like, back in 2010, when I went to go see Alice in Wonderland, and it's like, the movie's not that good, and so I'm already like, oh my god, and then I got people kicking my seat, chatting, yelling at me. He's 4 years old! He's 4 years old! You don't have to freaking curse at him! You don't have to freaking curse in his face! He's freaking... Because freaking is somehow better than fucking, you know. Whatever. I'm like, kid, your mom, your dad fucked your mom in her pussy. That's how, you got made. Anyway, so... it's a wrinkle in time. A wrinkle in, or wrinkle in time. Balloon, sad face, exclamation mark, birthday cake. Because that's the movie right there. What does it mean? I don't know. It's confusing. Because, like, it falls into that whole where a lot of, like, book adaptation, where things that get turned. I'm sorry, I'm not a public speaker, but yeah, when, like, book adaptations go, where they don't really explain a lot, and of course, like, in the book, when you're reading it, and of course it explains it, there's, you know, I would like if this movie had some, like, exposition in it, or just, you know, the whole thing, like, movie, show me, don't tell me, but it got to the point where it would just show you and not say anything. You know, like, a character would just show up and just be like, I don't know why I'm here, I felt like I was supposed to be here, and then they're like, cool, come on with this journey, and it's like, oh, we're already on a journey, okay, because you were talking about being bullied, now you're walking your dog, but now we're on a journey. Awesome, you know? Did I get fat or did the shirt get tight? Ugh. Yeah, after this movie, I went to go, like, I went to go stuff some curry into me because I wanted to burn my mouth off and hurt myself because I needed something to recover from that. So, yeah, it was a lot of, like, a lot of things happened, like, the pacing was a bit too quick, you know? It's like with, fuck is it called? With The Last Airbender, where, like, characters are introduced, like, right, I'm that guy, or, like, these two characters are together suddenly. Okay, didn't you guys just meet? Right, because we had a whole season, or there's a chapter or 7 talking about a development of our relationship or something. So, this movie kind of fell into that, where there was so much going on. It didn't, like, take a bit of time to really explain a lot of stuff. And if it did, it was so quick, you know? Like, before you're able to really absorb, like, the situation, you're on to the next, and you're trying to understand, you know? To kind of, like, go from the beginning. So, we know from, like, the trailer, Chris Pine and lady from the British Beauty and the Beast movie, together, they have their kid, the little girl, she's, what's her name, Megan? I don't even, see, I dropped my phone, I don't even remember the name of the characters anymore, but yeah, the little girl, she was great. I'm not a big fan of child actors and stuff, but she was good. I really liked her, she was very adorable, very likable, all that stuff, and then they adopt, like, this little boy, and I did not like that little kid. One, it's a little fucking kid, I don't give a shit about most kids, and two, like, they gave so much dialogue to this kid, but this kid, he's not a bad actor, because he's supposed to play someone who's, like, super, super smart for, like, a little kid. But the thing is, like, they gave him so much dialogue, and his voice is, like, up here, so trying to hear him and not want to punch someone in the face was really hard, because there were times where he would have all this, like a monologue and stuff, and you just hear this high, screechy voice the whole time, and you're just like, oh my god, you're just like, is that Mariah Carey? She back? Mariah back? You know? And it's just this high, screeching voice the whole time, and it's like you have a monologue you're delivering, and you're like, alright, let me hear you out, little bro. But you kind of just end up tuning out, and you're like, I don't even care anymore, you know? And it was like, and then there was like the random possible love interest white boy who shows up, who literally just shows up. Like, the quick little thing you see, like, when the girl's at school, it's like, I don't know, part of me feels like they could have just, I don't know, they could have just, like, not have that, you know? It could have been, like, I feel like they could have just had just, like, the principal's office scene, I don't know, just, there's so much stuff I feel like they cut out that probably should have been in, and there's stuff that's in that they probably, this is not as bad as, like, The Snowman, because that movie is so convoluted that like, I would watch it again with a group of friends and laugh at, but this one, I felt bad for the movie, you know? Like, Oprah, you invested yourself in it, so, but, yeah, so, like, you quickly see her, like, in school, and she's like, I'm the weird kid. I'm like, she's adorable. I'm sorry. She's fucking adorable. I can't see her really being bullied, but at the same time, she's a smart kid, so of course she's gonna get bullied, because she's smart, and she's black, you know? Well, in the movie, she's, you know, biracial, but, you know, people see things. So, of course, there's, like, the popular girls just standing there, and they're like, hey, it's been 4 years since your dad disappeared, you know? And I'm like, bitch, your father probably touches you. Stop. You know? You later see, that's fucked up that I'm laughing at that. Like, you later see, like, the popular girl who, you know, bullies her, you know, she has, like, these things written on her wall, like, no sugar, no carbs, no excuses. There's dumbbells everywhere. As I look down, I see my... I see my dumbbells. Anyway, and then there's a scale. She gets on a scale. She looks at herself in the mirror like, oh my god. You know, like, really technically teenage stuff. You know, and it's like you're supposed to feel bad for the girl. She's also her neighbor, but at the same time, like, I don't give a shit. I was bullied like hell in high school, and I still get people shitting on me to this day. So, like, seeing that, it's like, I don't give a fuck that you have a body issue image. So do most people, honey. But yeah, you see her in school, and then, like, she was in gym or something. Anyway, the main girl, she just, like, takes a basketball and just chucks it at her bully's face. Well fucking deserved, you know. Shit, I would have backhanded the fuck out of a lot of people who bullied me. I'd probably do it till this day. Because you know what? They don't deserve happiness, because they're terrible people. But yeah, like, the scene was good, but then it had, like, the little boy, you know, he's like, it's playtime. I guess they have a shared school or something. I don't know, because he's just that smart. I don't know, because he was in like a separate playground with other tiny babies like him. She's with the other teenage kids. I don't know how some schools work. And he's there like writing in his monogram notebook or something. I don't know. And then like he overhears like two teachers being like, "Brr, brr, brr, brr. Like, that's crazy that he's been gone for 4 years. I know, like, the girl used to be someone, now she's nobody. Like, god damn, son." And then, like, yeah, things all started because they, you know, adopted that weird kid. Not, like, there's, like, a fence. They didn't even bother. I'm like, do you see my... I was like, I don't have pants on. I was like, do you see my underwear? Okay. Anyway. Anyway, there was like a fence there. They didn't bother like look over to see if there was a tiny human writing in their monogram notebook, you know, about things. So of course he gets up and the shrill voice comes up and he's like, excuse me, how dare you speak about that? Like it just, Mariah, where are you? You know? It was just like, oh my god. And yes, like, that's what the teachers get for kind of talking shit, like, right there on the playground when anyone could have heard. At the same time, I was like, oh my god, why? And then, of course, like, the little kid is, like, that kid was just fucking annoying. And, of course, it's no surprise that little kid ends up being, like, kind of evil when they go to, like, the land of make-believe. Because, yeah. Anyway, so, you know, the principal is like, you used to be someone, you used to have good grades, but you can't keep using your father's disappearance as an excuse for your shit going downhill. And I'm kind of like, yes, you kind of can, because he kind of just disappeared out of nowhere. And, you know, this is her teenage years where possibly having a father who, as we saw in, like, the little flashback thingies, how, you know, they were very close. Yeah, maybe she can still use that excuse, you know? Anyway, so, it was like, one dark and stormy night, Reese Witherspoon shows up at their house, cause that's so weird. Like, the little bro just opens the door, and then the mom and, like, daughter are like, wait, what the fuck, and they run downstairs. I like the whole, like, the realism of the daughter being like, should I call 911? And the mom was like, you know, oh, thought this was underwear sticking out, Jesus. I was like, what's going on there? Yeah, so, like, it was just Reese Witherspoon in, like, a wig and, like, this ruffly white thing, and she's like, oh, I'm a bit odd. Might be going to Coachella next week. I'm a bit odd. Like, that kind of shit going on. Like, I like the hair and, like, the costume stuff, some of the makeup, you know, that's kind of, like, what I liked about it, you know. Ow, that was my hand. You know, like, Chris Pine does a great job, because he's a good actor. The woman who's the mom, she, like, a lot of people do a great job, because they're decent actors. Even, like, the kids were, except for the little one, because it's the voice that's what gets me. Reese Witherspoon, it's not her. It's like whatever that character is, which is just kind of like, and it's just, I don't know, like the whole giving them names like, you know, Mrs. What's-It, Mrs. Who, Mrs. like that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh god, we're going with this, you know, and like the bad stuff is called the It, or like, you know, I don't know. When it comes to books like that always gets me. It's like when you put it. It's like when you put it in like a movie form, you don't do it right. You realize just how stupid it is. Yeah. So like, okay, all that stuff. So Reese Witherspoon shows up. It's weird. It's random. You're like, I have no idea what's going on. And then, like, the next day, like, the little girl is, like, walking the dog. Didn't know they had a dog this whole time. Walking the dog with the little bro. And, you know, of course, like, 'cause she's the big sister, so she's like, alright, stop talking to strangers. This ain't cool. I think they're in California because there's palm trees. They're like, we're on the West Coast. That ain't cool. We're living in a very nice suburban home because both our parents are scientists. But now we're walking down a block. It's like it's somehow randomly in the middle of the hood. Say hi to the nice old black man, and we keep going. And then randomly, like, white boy shows up, and he's just like, I don't know why. Something told me to show up here at this spot at this time. Like, that's what he said. He was like, something told me I need to be here at this very spot at this time. And it's like, you could chalk that up to him, like, maybe noticing like that, like the girl might have like a routine and all that stuff, and it's like, oh, she always passed by this, I want to see her, maybe have a little crush on her kind of stuff. But at the same time, like, after he said that, the little brother is like, perfect, now you can come with us for our adventure. And then he's like, okay, I guess. Also, by the way, I love how you smash that girl's face in kind of stuff. And then we end up at, like, Mindy Kaling's house, and her character, I don't know, I feel like in a book, in, like, written form, it works, but in speaking, like, dialogue-wise, it took me probably to, like, the third or fourth time she opened her mouth that I really realized what the fuck was going on, because she was just she was saying things, and then she would say, like, blah, 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 Lebanese, and I couldn't tell what the hell she was saying at first. So all I heard was something Lebanese, and I was like, what? And then, like, the little boy is like, oh, he said something, and he's like, oh, American. And I was like, okay. and then I understood until like she shows up when like Reese Witherspoon hops over the fence of their backyard, and Mindy Kaling shows up and she says something, and then the white boy goes, "Oh, I know that. That's Outcast, American." And I was like, "Oh, that's what they mean by she uses other people's work." I'm like, I get it now, you know. And then like, so then Oprah shows up. I kept making Oprah jokes in my head because when she showed up, they kept being like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "I'm Oprah, bitch." And of course, she's like big as hell. I like I'm going big as I'm going backwards, but it's like she's big as hell, like just. And she's like, "I'm Oprah. I can buy and sell any one of you." Somehow I decided to be in this movie with this pretty cool wig on. This questionable costume. I don't know what they. I don't know if the makeup artists understood how Oprah's lips work, but anyway, but just like, yeah, it's just Oprah, and so then they, quantum leap into the land of make believe. Oh man, this, and again, like I bet when you read it, I don't know how big the book is and all that stuff because I don't recall. Oh, that was my phone vibrating on my foot. I don't recall the size of it, but from a lot of people that, were excited for this movie to come out, they're going to be disappointed. Because it's like I said, I bet when you're reading it, of course, backstory builds up about the backstory, all this stuff. Then they go into their land of make-believe, and I bet it's described, amazingly. You get there, and I was like, this is New Zealand. Which is not a bad thing. New Zealand's amazing, and I want to fucking work and live there one day, But it's like, we're here, we're in different costumes than what you just saw us in. Quick change, and then we can talk to flowers, and then Reese Witherspoon turns into a flying leaf. That's not weird. We're gonna top of CGI leaf Reese Witherspoon and go look for your dad. Oh no, some bad dust bunny is in the sky, and then the white boy falls off the leaf, and then we're like, oh no, but then Oprah does Oprah magic and has the flowers catch him. I've said this before, that this movie looks like if I took drugs and then I wrote a movie, but I didn't allow anyone to proofread it. We shot the movie, didn't allow anyone to really screen it, not real actual editing, and then we're like, everyone could go see it, yeah. So it's like, it took all this stuff started happening, and the girl is so powerful, so instead of shooting you back to California, we went back to the planet, and then Oprah and friends are like, we're fading away, we don't have enough powers, it's your you've got to figure this out yourself, that kind of stuff. Of course, the third act is the little girl having to find the power within her to accomplish the task, yada yada, which wouldn't sound that cheesy if it wasn't Anyway, so a bunch of random CGI things happen. They get to the beach, and Michael Pena's there with red lenses in. Weird stuff. Little boy becomes evil. Then they're in the realm of the movie Cube 2, Cube Squared. And then she's and then you see in the trailer where she's stepping on invisible stairs and all that stuff, I noticed there was this in the trailer. There was a scene where she's got a rope and an ant, and they're explaining the wrinkle in time that they're trying to do. That's not in the movie at all. The whole wrinkle in time thing is actually explained in kind of like a NASA tech talk kind of thing between Chris Pine and Lady and Leaders of the World or something. And they laugh at him, and it was a weird flashback thing to realize just how crazy her dad is. Well, he's a scientist, physics. Yeah, there's a few times the little girl just does quick physics math, and then she's like, let's go into the trunk of this branch. She's like, was it not, it was like the, oh yeah, the slingshot, theory, whatever the hell she said, and the boy is like, oh, you're really smart, as I take off the second layer of clothing and throw it off to the side, and I get all my clothes back in the end. Because he had a hoodie, like a red shirt, takes that off, he's got a gray shirt, but at the end they get back to planet Earth, and he's just got all his clothes back, you know? The little girl's hair's not in a bun anymore, it's back down. Weird things. But yeah, like, so she finally, gets her dad back. Of course, it's very like, oh my god, daddy, and it's like, oh, like, good, that's good. Then it's like, slap the little boy out of. There's a part where the little boy, like, drags all three of them, Chris Pine, little girl, little boy, well, teenage girl, teenage boy, whatever, down a hallway that looks like they film a lot of, like, metal videos, because it's just like, looks like it's supposed to look like metal pipes or something, and then there's like a light in front, and there's the backlight kind of thing, and you feel like a singer's be out there like, can't find my car keys, like that kind of shit. Anyway, so yeah, they get back to Earth, and and then they're happy, yada yada, they're like, oh my god, and then the movie ends, and I was like, I kind of just don't care. I just kind of don't care what happens. Like, it's great that she got her dad back and are back on Earth and not the land of make-believe, but it's like, I don't, like, the way how also this movie is only like 108 minutes long, I also kept checking my watch, because when I went to go buy the tickets, it was like, oh, movie ends at this time. So at one point I looked and I was like, oh shit. I was like, an hour and 15 almost went by. I'm like, this movie's almost done. And then like the last like 15 minutes I was like, oh my god. Because at one point, this kid, like, it was a bunch of kids behind us because it's a family movie, but one would just be so, like, erratic with kicking, like, my seat, and there were times where I'd turn around and be like, hey, like that, like, I was just like, hey, and so, like, like, parent would ignore me, kid would be whatever towards me, but towards the end, like, at one point, the kid was kicking my seat, like, like that, so I just turned around, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, and I was like, that's when the woman was like, he's 4 years old, you don't have to cuss in his face. And then she, like, tells, like, the baby daddy or whomever she was with, I didn't give a fuck, and she was like, I can't believe it, she fucking did it, but, like, ugh, the Jersey accent triggers me. Yeah, I just can't watch these movies. Like, if I'm gonna watch a movie, like, a family movie, I gotta wait for, like, the weekday, like, at 10 in the morning, kind of shit, because I can't be around people, especially children and families and people. But yeah, hopefully my fucking, oh god, my camera doesn't overheat. Let me get the trailers going. I have to hit. So, come on. Yeah, like I said, this movie isn't good. The costumes are nice, but they're kind of still, it's like they're trying to go like the Hunger Games route of like very like out there kind of costumes, but I feel like it's like it missed the mark kind of thing. Like, they either could have subtracted something or added some things more to kind of help. The makeup was like, alright. I feel like it's just someone being like, I do bold makeup, and it's kind of like, that's great, you want to just blend that out a little? You want to just, like, the eye makeup at times? I wish there was, like, some blending out. Just blend it out. The lips, I need you to do a little bit better with that. The wigs were cool. I enjoyed the wigs. But, yeah, so, first trailer was Miracle Season. I've talked about this already. Based on a true life story about volleyball players, and one girl died because she rode her bike at night. Then it's Adrift, which is Shailene Woodley, and it's like her and some guy. That guy was in Hunger Games, and my brain is blanking out. They're literally adrift in the Pacific Ocean, kind of like Perfect Storm kind of thing. He's like, my ribs are broken, my leg is busted. He's like, I'm dead weight. And she's like, because she's like, I'm supposed to be the girl and like dumb and not know anything. And then all of a sudden she's like, I'm gonna patch up this boat with duct tape, and I'm gonna like hoist up the sail, and we're gonna sail back to Hawaii so I can get you some help. God. After that was Sherlock Gnomes. Of course, there was triple farts in that trailer, and everyone found it hilarious. There's a mankini gnome, and Anyway, then it was Mortal Engines, which shut everyone the fuck up in the theater. Um, I still want to see a little bit, like, the movie's not gonna come out till like December, so I can't wait to see like more of like a full trailer than the whole like, oh my god, it's London. You just see St. Paul's Cathedral coming at you, and you're like, ah, okay. After that is Hotel Transylvania 3. They're on a cruise. I didn't watch any of the other ones. After that is Love, Simon. I'm sorry, I don't care. Because they're like, he's just like, he seems like a every teenage boy, but he's got a secret. He's like, I don't know how to tell people I'm gay. And I'm like, oh my god. This is not like a movie in the 90s or something where like, it's such like a, oh my god, he's gay, you know? Like now if someone's like, especially like, kid, you're white. Like he's like, oh, I'm gay. And then the parents like, I always knew you had a secret. I always knew he had a secret. And it's like he's gay. Like, then is Ready Player One. It was a different trailer this time. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it because it looks cool. I have like, I think did I start reading the book and never finished it? Oh god, I read so much sometimes I don't even recall half the shit I read. Like Fahrenheit 457-290-210 is coming out, and like I just don't remember what happens. Well, I do, but I don't. That makes sense. That's why I pass English, kind of. Yeah. So then there's Christopher Robin. Ugh, jumbo shrimp is getting to me. Yeah, it looks cute, you know, it looks cute. Like, yeah, and then the last one is, like, the teaser trailer for Mary Poppins. I think I saw that, like, during, like, the Oscars. Yeah. Well, I only want to see it because, like, I really like Emily Blunt and Lin-Manuel Miranda, so, of course. It's funny because when it, like, ended and it showed, like, Mary Poppins Returns and, like, all the fucking kids and adults were like, oh my god, she's back! Like, you couldn't figure out that was Mary Poppins because, one, you've got Lin-Manuel Miranda as a chimney sweep. Two, there is a woman with an umbrella floating down from the sky. You gotta wait for her name to pop up and for her to, like, look at the mirror and do, like, ooh, let me, ooh, and she walks away, but the mirror is like, I'm judging you. And for them to be like, oh my god, Mary Poppins is back! Like, I hate going to the movies around stupid people. I should have just, like, gone to see Black Panther again, taken my mom to see Black Panther. I know she would have enjoyed it, she would have loved it, she would have been like, Wakanda forever, you know? My mom would have been like, yeah, but on a dashiki, it just offend everyone. I'm joking, we would never do that. Like, oh my god. Like, I feel bad for the people who like the Wrinkle in Time book because this movie does not do it justice. Like, I feel bad. Because the concept-wise, this could work. Like, I could see it working. I can see how that could be so awesome. And then they turned out this. See, here's another thing. The director did Selma. Like, you did Selma. Selma. You did Selma. And then you did this. I have a feeling, like, the studio probably had them, like, cut out a bunch of stuff. Because, like I said, the movie felt really short. A lot of things were just thrown in. Like, it's a possibility that, like, what they wanted, like, their vision of it isn't what we saw, you know? Like, I bet. But, again, from what we saw, oh, man, this is not good. But, yeah, A Wrinkle in Time, balloon, sad face, exclamation point, birthday cake. Don't bother. Don't bother. I should be able to record some actual reviews, hopefully soon. Alright.